I believe they... Welcome to Sarajevo. This little line on the street is the Sarajevo Meeting of the Cultures. Walking through the Ottoman side, you have all these little shops with coffee, traditional Bosnian coffee. And on the far end of the Ottoman side is Pigeon Square. This is loaded up with coffee shops and little trinket shops. There's even like little fruit stands. My favorite thing here is that they have all these kebab shops. Doesn't that look tasty? It's my favorite treat when I'm traveling the world. And it just so happens that here they have some of the best kebabs and durum wraps that I've ever had before. And another treat that you can find here is these dessert shops where they serve all these Ottoman style desserts, including baklava and stuff like that, which I'd never tried, but I decided I should just give it a shot, and man, it's delicious. Supposedly, if you drink from this fountain, you will be back to Sarajevo. And let's give it a shot. Oh, and you can drink from the other side too. Walking down the west side of the Cultural Divide line is quite a different feeling than the east side. Much more modern looking and much more consumer oriented. When you're walking about the town, if you see this, like a little area of asphalt with some damage and some paint poured in there, that's actually a symbol that somebody was killed here. Those holes are usually where a bomb fell and exploded. They actually preserved these areas where these bombs fell and filled it with red paint to symbolize the life that was lost there. This is the Latin Bridge, where Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated in 1914, triggering the start of World War I. The story of the assassination is kind of funny. The Archduke was on a visit here, and he was in his convoy going to the city hall. And somebody threw a bomb at the car. The bomb bounced off, nobody got hurt, he made it out. After the first attack, he decided to leave town, and they didn't tell the driver about the situation. He drove down here, had to turn the car around, and that's where he got shot. A couple miles to the west of the Old Town, you can find Tito's abandoned military barracks on the University of Sarajevo. These were built in the 1900s and partially destroyed during the conflict in the 1990s. Walking around the campus can be a bit confusing because some of the buildings are still in use today. But if you search hard enough, you'll find at the back of the campus there's this really dilapidated structure with a collapsed roof and debris all over the inside. Freaky. Okay, all this wood is the roof. You can see that above me is some of it, and over there the roof has migrated to the ground. Outside of the piles of wood, there wasn't too much else to see here except for the spray paint on the walls and this old computer from like the 1970s I found on the ground. Luckily, my next destination, the Ciglane Market, is just about 1.5 miles up the road. The route that Google Maps gave me to get to the market took me through what seems like the back roads of Sarajevo, and then also through this unexpected tunnel. Oh, here we go. I hope this is safe. This is pretty interesting. There's a cemetery all around this area, and then right down here is the Ciglane Market. All right, this is it. The Old Town is great, but what drew me to the Ciglane Market was to get a sense of how people actually live here in Sarajevo if you're not in the center of the city, and this is a great place to do it. Here they have everything for sale and for dirt cheap compared to the prices that you'll pay in the Old Town. Outside of the clothing that you see when you enter the market, they had fruits and vegetables. There was a fish market. There were several butchers. You could get dried meat, nuts, herbs, and spices. And there was even like a couple of dessert shops. Chocolate. I love this restaurant's logo. It's Casper Pizzeria. Casper the Friendly Ghost. I wonder how they came. Oh, it's because they're right next to the cemetery. Man, what a bad joke.